The book of Exodus is a cornerstone of the Hebrew Bible, also known as the Old Testament. The name Exodus, meaning departure, highlights the Israelites' journey from slavery in Egypt to freedom. This epic narrative has profoundly shaped religious thought and human destiny. It tells of the Israelites suffering under harsh pharaohs and God's intervention through Moses. Moses led them out of bondage, facing dramatic challenges along the way. The story underscores God's commitment to justice and his chosen people. Key themes include God's immense power, the sacred covenant, and redemption. The giving of the law, especially the Ten Commandments, is central to this narrative. For Judaism, Exodus is the defining story of their origin and relationship with God. The annual Passover festival commemorates these events. For Christianity, Exodus foreshadows Jesus Christ's redemptive work. Its themes of liberation and divine intervention resonate deeply. This ancient story has inspired countless individuals and social justice movements. Its call for freedom echoes through human history. Exodus remains a timeless source of inspiration and moral guidance. Moses' story begins dramatically during a time of oppression for the Hebrews in Egypt. Pharaoh ordered all newborn Hebrew boys to be killed. Moses' mother saved him by placing him in a basket on the Nile, where Pharaoh's daughter found and adopted him. Raised as an Egyptian prince, Moses was aware of his Hebrew heritage. Witnessing an Egyptian beating a Hebrew slave, Moses killed the Egyptian and fled to Midian. In Midian, he became a shepherd and married Zipporah. While tending sheep, Moses encountered a burning bush. God spoke to him, commissioning Moses to free the Israelites. Despite his fears, Moses obeyed and returned to Egypt with his brother Aaron. They demanded Pharaoh release the Israelites, but Pharaoh refused. This set the stage for a mighty confrontation between God and Pharaoh. Moses' journey from fugitive to liberator was marked by divine encounters and human struggle. His story is a testament to faith, courage, and obedience to God's call. Moses' leadership was pivotal in the Israelites' quest for freedom. His mission was a turning point in the epic narrative of Exodus. The 10 plagues were divine judgments sent by God upon Egypt. Each plague demonstrated God's power over Egyptian gods. The plagues increased in severity, starting with turning the Nile to blood and ending with the death of the firstborn. The final plague struck down every firstborn male in Egypt. Israelites marked their doorposts with lamb's blood, instituting the Passover. The angel of death passed over homes with the blood. Pharaoh's own son was among the victims, breaking his will. He urged Moses and Aaron to take the Israelites and leave Egypt immediately. The Israelites departed in haste, ending their long period of slavery. This event was a profound demonstration of God's power and deliverance. The Israelites' journey to freedom was fraught with new dangers. Pharaoh pursued them with his army, trapping them at the Red Sea. In a moment of crisis, Moses encouraged the people to trust in God's salvation. God instructed Moses to stretch out his hand, parting the sea with a strong east wind. The Israelites crossed on dry ground, with walls of water on either side. The Egyptian army followed, but was engulfed and drowned when the waters returned. This event demonstrated God's protective power and love. The Israelites celebrated their deliverance with songs of praise. Miriam led the women in song and dance, celebrating God's triumph. The journey continued into the harsh Sinai wilderness, presenting new challenges. The people faced shortages of food and water, grumbling against Moses and God. Yet God provided miraculously, sending manna, quail, and water from a rock. The Red Sea crossing was a pivotal moment in the Exodus narrative. It symbolized the Israelites' transition from slavery to freedom. The journey through the wilderness tested their faith and reliance on God. After 3 months of travel, the Israelites arrived at Mount Sinai. Here, God established a formal covenant with his chosen people. God called Moses to the mountain, proposing an agreement obedience for divine favor. The people agreed, setting the stage for a profound encounter with God. God descended on the mountain in fire and smoke, giving Moses the 10 Commandments. These commandments formed the ethical and spiritual foundation of the covenant. They included instructions on worship and justice. While Moses was on the mountain, the people made a golden calf, betraying the covenant. Moses interceded for them, and the covenant was renewed. The Exodus story, culminating at Sinai, has had a lasting impact on Judaism and Christianity. It speaks of liberation, divine involvement, and the importance of faith and obedience. The giving of the law provided a framework for a just society. Key lessons include faith in God's promises and obedience to his commands. The Exodus journey continues to inspire hope for freedom and redemption. Its themes resonate across cultures, calling for justice and faithfulness.